In this culture, we always insisted education, health and spiritual process should never be commercialized. This has always been the norm. But we said this when these things used to be sponsored by a king or somebody. He sponsored the education, he sponsored the hospitals, he sponsored spiritual process. So, no charge for the people because it was sponsored by somebody. Those sponsors have disappeared in democratic societies. So everybody has to handle their own economics. And whether it comes from your pocket or my pocket, somebody is spending for every activity that happens in the world. So that goes for medicine too, particularly because of technology and of course, there are many gray areas. Technology costs. Diagnostics is costing more than the treatment today. But because of this, many things are being caught in time. Otherwise, most people will die without a diagnosis. People are always thinking there is more cancer today, definitely there may be, most probably. But I think it's also a question of diagnostics. It's also a question of people living longer. When people died early, of course they died healthy. Now when people are moving into 80s and 90s, of course they're having various issues. So, one aspect that's happened is medicine or health has become an expensive process. Modern medicine is a culprit in this, big time, because we have taken a complete turn towards it. We should have gone towards it selectively, where it is necessary, yes. Selectively means there is one norm we could have employed. I'm not saying this is a perfect norm, but we could have. There is, as you know, there are infectious diseases and chronic ailments. How we see this in the yogic way of seeing it is, infections are an invasion from outside. You have to wage a war against them, for that you need a doctor and medicine. Chronic ailments are something that we manufacture from within. For this, you need awareness, you need yoga, you need observation of what's happening in your system, of your lifestyle, how you sit, how you stand, how you breathe, everything you need to observe. If this distinction was made and we enforced it in every society, then medicine would not have been so expensive. In many ways, with vaccinations and various other things that we have done, largely infectious diseases are very small, isn't it? Today, most of the ailments are chronic, isn't it so? Self-made in a way. Chronic means it's coming from within us. When every cell in this body is geared and, programmed for health, why is it ill health happening? Obviously, we are doing something fundamentally wrong with life. In the yogic system, we are looking at it like this: if you keep this body in total ease, almost every chronic ailment that you have, it will handle by itself if you give that much space to it. Otherwise, if it is not in ease, how is it? It is in dis-ease, so it's a disease. But now, we are treating everything… we think… When I said this about psychological ailments, because you talked about media, the Bangalore media has been after me for last 1.5 years because I just said this, you are fundamentally responsible for your psychological well-being. Just this one sentence. They've been campaigning against me for last 1.5 years, so recently when I went, again it came up in some kind of a conversation. So I said, see, you were saying something more dramatic, but for example, millions of people have died of cardiac problems. Millions and millions have gone through cardiac surgeries. But today, doctors are busy telling everybody, if you don't eat red meat, if you exercise every day, if you do this and this, most probably you will not come to my surgery table. And it is so. Millions have not gone there simply because they're maintaining a responsible way of living in some way. So, their argument is, that psychological ailments or medical problems, you cannot solve it by your responsibility. I'm saying if you behave irresponsibly, every one of you can go crazy right now. Yes or no? Every one of you can get sick within the next few days if you behave irresponsibly, yes or no? Is it possible or no? So this should have happened. When modern medicine developed, we got little too overexcited about it. And we thought a doctor is a solution for everything. No, health is your fundamental responsibility. When it crosses a line, you seek some professional help. But daily health must be your business. Keeping yourself healthy must be 100% your business. Suppose you contract something else happened, either because of genetic reasons or congenital reasons or infections, something came, then the doctor should step in. But right now, doctor is there in your life from your childhood till you die. You will not be healthy, you will just be a patient. This is not a good way to go. So I think this distinction has to come. It is beginning to happen slowly. Doctors are looking at more holistic way of treating, but it's still a small movement. I think it should become a much larger movement. Then when that happens, then the expense of being healthy goes down. I think this animosity towards doctors will also go down. But you're just telling the wrong guy, because guru bashing is way bigger than doctor bashing. Endlessly. Just anything and everything that a man can do and cannot do, people accuse me of. So right now, we are… because I thought some idiot say something, what's the big deal? But it's picked up certain momentum. So, just today morning I was looking at it and we're putting this on our website. All the accusations that are going on for 27 years by, very motivated vested groups which are going on, obviously they're well-funded. So we're putting all those things on our own website, all the accusations and all the realities of what it is, endless things. I must tell you, this will be interesting for medical people. I have stolen over 7 million kidneys till now. You better have yourself checked up, one kidney may be missing right now. Like this, we've destroyed a whole rainforest, nobody knows where that rainforest is. We have killed over… people said, you've killed over 100 elephants. Then I said, see, it's a fact that I don't have a firearm, so I killed them with my bare hands. See, look at me, 100 elephants with my bare hands. In Tamil Nadu, in ancient Tamil culture, a real man means Aayirane konnavane. This means one who has slain 1,000 elephants, he is a real man. I said, I'm getting there. So like this it goes on endlessly. So we are putting this out as slander without substance. Endlessly slander goes on. I don't think they would dare to go against you so much because they may have to come to you. With me, they go take much more liberties.
Sadhguru, are we all manufactured differently? No, can we be Einstein or… there is a difference between how we are born and what we are capable of. Is it possible that we can… have we be born as iPhone model 1 or iPhone model 2 or iPhone 10?
Well, Albert Einstein that you mentioned, towards the end of his life, when he was asked if he's given a second chance, what would he like to be? He said, I would rather be a plumber than be a physicist. Really? So, can I be an Einstein? Maybe not. Because, as I said earlier, when it comes to body and when it comes to mind, we are all different. No two human beings are equal. When it comes to external activity, no two human beings are equal. What I can do, you cannot do, what you can do, I cannot do, this is the way the world is and it's wonderful that way. But when it comes to inner possibilities, all of us are equally competent. Now he was talking about being blissful. Can everybody here be equally blissful or absolutely blissful? Yes, 100%. Can everybody here become a great surgeon or a great athlete or great something else in activity? No, it'll never happen, because that's different. So when it comes to physical competence and intellectual competence, we are all different. When it comes to inner dimensions, there is simply no difference. So I'm saying, what is at hand, exploit it first. First become blissful, then we see what the hell you can do. Even if you don't do anything, if you're just blissful, people will need you just for that, isn't it so? Hello? This is a simple thing. Those of you who have good reasons to be miserable, either because of media or these damn bones don't come together or whatever happens, people who find good reasons to be miserable. I'm asking you, if you were given a choice, would you like to live and work with joyful people or miserable people? I want you to please remember, everybody else is expecting the same thing. Thank you very much.